There is a flesh-eating parasite that is going to affect the U.S. livestock. We haven't seen this parasite since the 1960s, and this could easily be blamed on Trump and his Doge cuts. Doge was cutting programs that were monitoring and trying to contain the screwworm in Central America. We, as the U.S., usually do things like we drop sterile flies and worms, and doing this affects the breeding of the population, lessening it. And we were doing that for a few years and it seemed to be effective, yet one of the programs that were caught was this program. And this video really explains it fantastically well of why we do this, but this is not new. This is something that Doge has been doing. It's not just this. We were cutting pediatric cancer research. We were basically cutting research as a whole, with NIH being halted and just a bunch of idiots trying to tell scientists what to do. There was a lot of pushback and cancellations of grants for transgender women's studies and da-da-da. And then you come to find out that it was like cancer research for people suffering from breast cancer. And in that study, they found that they were looking also into people who were transgender. They were doing it for all women, but women who transitioned also had to be part of it. Duh, right? Like that's just, a scientist could tell you that. They were doing the same shit about transing mice and giving steroids to mice. And you come to find out that it was, oh, humans take these steroids. We want to see how they are affected by these steroids. We want to see how people are affected by these hormones. But they saw just the one snippet, or maybe they put Control F and looked up words like diversity or trans, and they didn't know that trans itself is a word that is across the scientific spectrum. It's not just transgender. It goes to trans this and trans that. Like it's trans fat is a fucking word, right? Like Trump is also doing the same, where he's dismantling monitoring of heat waves and coastal flooding. This is just a clear-cut example of dumb people cutting things that they don't realize how important they are. Trump fired that nuclear team, realized that they were important, then he had to rehire them. None of these programs are going to go back to normal. At the very least, there's going to be a hiccup and it's going to cause a lot of ruckus, which it has. The NIH stuff is going back to normal, but that's years of not having research. And that's not even including things where US aid has not gone back to where it should have been. And there's going to be millions and millions of death, which is then going to in turn affect our migration policy. It's going to be just an increase of immigration because people can't live in these places anymore, even though we were trying to give them a footing, and these plans seem to affect everyone. It's just dumb people being dumb, but these dumb people have power. I think even just 2 weeks ago, I saw Nancy Mace talking about how they're transgendering mice and some shit like that. Not to say dumb things have never been funded, but after the Doge deposition, I'm like 99% sure most things that are funded are just good things, and these idiots have no idea how to read them.